Este video ha sido subtitulado con permiso de Filo71. Para apoyar este video y otros videos con temas relacionados, suscríbete al canal André Mijail, agrégame como amigo, agrega favoritos, comenta y comparte. Dios te bendice.
The top atheistic fallacy that plagues YouTube. As you watch this video, and if you are an atheist, you will have one of three reactions to what you're about to see. I'm going to call these three different groups. The first group, I believe, will have a reaction of anger. You will watch these fallacies, they will collide with what you believe in, your lips will quiver, you will get on a criticism-only watching mode. And not finding a good enough reason to critique in a constructive manner, you will just throw a little fit. The second group will be that of YouTube atheists who have thousands of subscribers and they feel they owe their subscribers a good explanation for everything, as these subscribers will probably belong to the first group, the angry one, and will be looking to the second group for answers. You guys are, of course, always welcome to leave your rebuttals here as well. Just be careful not to make your whole case on just semantics, as I've seen it happen here time and time again. The third audience are the sincere seekers. They're watching videos and they respond to them with something different, earnestness, and they desire to dive deeper into the subject at hand to find out more. Their questions are sincere and well thought out. This is the group this video is for. And now, the top #1 atheistic fallacy that plagues YouTube. Are you ready? There is no evidence for God. YouTube atheists have brainwashed themselves with the phrase, there is no evidence for God, day and night, night and day, while they eat, breathe, and sleep. This is the one phrase where everything stands on. I will show you, however, how this phrase is fallacious and unsound. Evidence number 1, quantum mechanics. Let's define terms. Quantum mechanics is a physical science that was discovered to explain the nature and behavior of matter and energy on the scale of atoms and subatomic particles. Atheists, especially positive or strong atheists, will rely solely on materialistic science to tell us what is real in the material universe, that our individual brains are material, and that our experience of our egos and of God are merely epiphenomenal experiences of these brains. Therefore, the spiritual realm cannot exist. If God is not in the observable world, so they think, then He does not exist. Now you see, on the level of quantum mechanics, things are a bit different. Uncertainty rules. Unlike the lab-testable, tangible scientific parameters you base your life in atheism on, there exists a subatomic world at a subatomic level where laws are different. It's nothing like the world we live in, and this has been proven by science here, not religion. And it's there, in this subatomic level, that we see our first evidence for God. When quantum physicists studied the physics of the microscopic atomic nuclei, guess what they found? They found that 3 nuclei of helium atoms fused together to make a nucleus of carbon, which is the all-important element for carbon-based life, okay? The conventional wisdom regarding nuclear fusion reactions tells us that the probability of such a reaction should have been very low. Too low to effectively generate a lot of carbon in the universe. But guess what? The conventional scientific wisdom is wrong. The frequency with which the 3 helium nuclei vibrate as they come together exactly matches one of the natural frequencies of a vibrating carbon nucleus. The effect of such frequency matching is called a resonance, and it produces an enormous amplification for the reaction process, like soldiers marching in unison on a bridge, almost destroying it. Why am I saying all this? Because of the $100 million question. How would the 3 helium nuclei know how to dance this almost impossible dance that 6 protons and 6 neutrons perform to form the carbon nucleus? And how did the law of nuclear physics come by to make it possible? Well, I propose to you that the 3 helium nuclei could not function together and perform this dance unless there is a designer that designs both groups and designs the laws of whole nuclear physics to make such resonance happen. Now please pay close attention. Oh, try to say that 5 times. The study of this exact subject is what made the militant atheist Sir Fred Hoyle, the brilliant physicist who coined the phrase the Big Bang, to become a believer in God and start using in his lectures the line, "He who fixed it." If you needed to know about a hyper-intelligent atheist who came to acknowledge God after studying science in depth, he's the guy. Evidence number 2. The pre-existing physical laws of the universe. There's an insane lack of logic in the subatomic quantum world where gravity and other physical laws don't make sense, and it dumbfounds the smartest of scientists. However, according to Dr. Heinz Pagel's book, The Cosmic Code, Quantum Physics is the Language of Nature, there's an existence of codes, of orders that operate even at the crazy logical quantum level. Isn't that amazing? And even in the vacuum of space, fields are the rule, not the exception. There's an overall order holding together total uncertainty, total craziness, where physical laws do not apply. Now, the groups 1 and 2, I'm not saying this is God yet, so chill out. But here's what I am saying. Consider the physical laws that govern the subatomic world, and the regular world for that matter, however crazy they may be. We don't have a grasp on them, and perhaps we never will. However, these physical laws precede the universe. They had to. That would mean laws of physics existed without the physical material upon which to act. Now that sounds a bit bizarre, physics without the physical. But it is the only solution the scientists can offer. This leads us to my next point. Scientists vastly agree that the universe had a beginning. But before our universe came into being, there is every scientific indication that time did not exist. Whatever brought the universe into existence has to predate time. That which predates time is not bound by time, not inside of time. In other words, it is eternal. If the laws of physics, or at least some aspect of the laws of physics, did the job of starting the universe, those laws by necessity are eternal. And this is what I'm calling God. More so, this God seems to match exactly with how the Bible describes God. What all of these conjectures have in common is that something, or more accurately stated, some non-thing, an eternal whatever, predates our universe. This whatever it is has no bodily parts, is totally non-material, is eternal, and though being absolutely nothing physical, has the infinite potential to produce a universe and progressively organize chaos into art. Hang with me here, because now group number 2 will come along and say, nice try. But the above explanation is just a cute spin-off of the anthropic principle. Gee, our universe is so well tuned for life that there must be a tuner. No, again, what we see here is far more significant than fine-tuning. We see here the consistent emergence of wisdom, of ordered complex information that is nowhere hinted at either in the government laws of nature or in the particles of matter that form the brain that lies below the mind's thought. Now, I'm going to use a few biblical verses to show you how the scientific concept of something eternal having started it all and the God of the Bible are the same. Atheists here on YouTube are quick to point out, I don't believe in the Bible, so don't use it. But don't worry, the atheist philosopher Nietzsche once said, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So please bear with me a little bit more on this one. Look at this. Psalm 93 says, He is from all eternity. Jeremiah 10:10 says that He is the eternal King, the immortal God, who alone is immortal. I am the first, says God, and the last. God is spirit, Jesus said in John 4:24, and they that worship Him must do so in spirit and in truth. When you look at the above scientific evidence as I shared, you are looking straight into the biblical description of God. So my atheist friend, even after watching this video, if you're still saying, nah, there still is no evidence for God, let me state to you, as it is written in Romans 1:20, for since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that men are without excuse. Listen, you will have no excuse before God. I promise you that. Don't make that mistake. Evidence for God is all around you. Are you too blind to want to see? I hope not. Thank you for watching.